You're live.
Hi everybody, back again. Almost our last video, almost. So tonight we're going to talk about heat energy again because I told you that it's like big deal and it's very important to know. So this morning I asked you to listen to a song on the radio or on a YouTube song on our morning message. I hope you did because there's a lot of important stuff in there, and if you know it to a song, sometimes it makes it a little bit easier. So, remember in the song it told you about radiation. If you remember that electromagnetic spectrum, everything on the electromagnetic spectrum is radiation. From radio waves at one end to gamma rays at the other, it's every bit of it's radiation. Some of it's a little bit less than others, but it's all radiation. Okay? Radiation travels through space. So that's the coolest thing. Think about all of the space that travels through space. The cool thing about traveling through space is it doesn't have to go through anything necessarily. So when you get cell phone reception, it's because those waves have traveled through space to your cell phone to get your reception. Okay? Same thing happens with a microwave. It cooks in waves. It travels through space. Okay, so radiation, when you are sitting in the sun and you are getting ultraviolet rays, that's when you're going to get sunburned. And that's when you got to really be careful. And I told you guys at another time to be careful of that. So if you're at a campfire and you're sitting there and you're feeling that heat around the campfire, that's radiation. It is traveling to you in space. Okay, radiation. Convection is what we're going to talk about last. Remember. Conduction is that touching. Okay? So if I touched a stove that's hot and I touched it, I'm going to burn my hand. Hopefully I'm going to learn how to do that again. Okay? So anytime anything's touching, it's because cooking, when you cook something, those molecules in those foods start moving around. And remember, conduction always happens through solids, pans. So copper is a great conductor. Iron, steel, silver, any of those metals, great conductors. And that's why if you look at your pots and pans, what are they made out of? Those materials. The next thing, and we got to do this kind of quickly, is convection. Okay, Savannah's going to help me today. And convection is rising air. Remember, we always said it's always going to go from hot to cold. So the air right above this flame is very warm, but the air up here is cooler. So this air travels up like that spiral, pushes the cold air down until it all fills up with air. So we're going to show you one of these balloons. One thing you have to remember, in order for convection to work, it has to travel through some sort of a fluid. Welcome to the country. Some sort of fluid, and air, believe it or not, is a fluid, and so is liquid.
Let's go for a motorcycle ride.
If I'm using pasta, I'm cooking pasta in a pan, it's going to cook in that pan because that's water in there, or I'm heating soup up, or any of those things. That's going to be convection. Okay, so all your weather is also caused by convection currents. So now heat expands, pushes up, and then the other things come down. Now we are going to show you how this is going to work somehow, some way, holding Finn and everything else.
You want me to hold them?
Okay, you better do the bottom if I'm taller than you. Or do you want me to put this down? Okay, we have a tiki thing here. Okay.
Welcome to Mama Kahuna's Tiki Bar.
Yeah, appropriate shirt. Okay.
Oh, Sam's getting in the... He wants to go for a ride too.
Okay, inside this thing is air, cool air, okay? And as this heats that air up inside there, it is exchanging it like a spiral, okay? And pretty soon, it's going to fill up with warm air, and when it does, it's going to take off. And it should expand. So hopefully this is going to work. We don't want to catch it on fire. We're
No,
trying
but
our
that-
best not to catch it on
That
fire.
brown piece needs to.
Is it catching on fire?
No,
Oh, good.
it
Okay.
needs to.
Huh?
It needs to.
What needs to?
The brown piece.
The brown piece needs to catch on fire?
Yes.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so get it down in the flame further.
We're we should have done it on the table. I can't see a thing. I'm depending on all of you to be watching this. If something's doing
I
something.
think it might be catching on.
Okay, this is, I think you're not even supposed to have these, but we're sneaking this today so I can show you this concept
fire?
since I couldn't get a hot air balloon to help you.
Lift up a little.
Lift up a little.
Yeah, it's on fire.
Is that
So
good?
now it just needs to, you have to hold it for a minute
A minute.
to fill up.
Okay, I'm holding it for a minute.
Okay, you can lift it.
I can lift it up now. Okay.
And then just wait.
All right, we're waiting. We're waiting. Look, see, it's expanding, filling up. Okay, like a hot air balloon. Will, we should move this way, maybe, Savannah, so we're not going to run into that tree. Fully
Like,
inflated. Poofed out. Poofed out is the word she used. Poofed out. When it's fully poofed out, we can let it go.
At least the wind died down.
Well, the wind did die down, thank God.
We gotta come over and get a.
Watch
view
that
up
thing,
inside.
Alex, don't knock
I-
that tiki torch.
can't hold that.
What are you doing?
I can't do anything
I-
else. It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
Hot. All right, go
Let
ahead.
it
Then just
go.
let it go.
We're gonna let it go. There it goes.
So, nothing catches.
Right up into the tree, Savannah. Oh, way above the tree. Okay, that is how hot air expands and makes it go up. Hope that flame goes out. Shouldn't stay lit very long.
Probably gonna cause a forest fire.
There it goes. Glad we live in the country. Is it still up there?
Uh-oh.
Where's it going?
Here comes the FBI.
I can't see. There it goes, guys, and that is how heat expands, makes it rise, and that is convection. So there you go. Oh,
Okay.
my goodness, I can't see. I'm gonna have to lay on my back.
End your video.
Anyway, back to the video. There, are you watching that? Okay, so convection, air rises, hot to cold, always hot to cold, okay? And it spirals up. Hot goes up, cold comes down, the dog is right there. And then remember, conduction has to be touched, touch, 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 touch. And then when you have radiation, it comes through space, radiates on you. Be really careful in the summer of those ultraviolet rays. They will burn you. So that is heat energy. I hope you learned something from this video. I'm hoping you've learned something all year. We have one more video on next Tuesday, and that will probably be my last video with you guys. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Remember, be kind to one another. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Savannah. Thanks, Alex. And there it goes.
And thanks,
That was
Finn.
pretty cool. And Finn.